The American people can now smoke recreational marijuana in Washington, Colorado, Oregon, Alaska, D.C., Massachusetts, Nevada, California, and it's looking like the legalization of marijuana is also going to happen in Maine too. So in 9 states, if you consider D.C. a state, or 8 U.S. states and D.C. right now is full-blown legal. So that's some silver lining out of this. Maine also got ranked choice voting in addition to their legalization of marijuana. There was a bunch of states, actually there's some medical marijuana states that were on the ballot too. Arkansas and Florida, Montana, North Dakota. I'm not for sure how those fared. I'm looking at the full-blown legalization. It says North Dakota medical marijuana was passed. So this is Ballotpedia. And so it said it was approved. So therefore some kind of medical marijuana is going on in North Dakota. Not for sure if it's, just CBD or if it's like California's medical marijuana where it's de facto legalization. Arizona was defeated, so that would have been awesome if a red state would have passed it, but they, of course, being the right-wing, fascist, anti-immigrant, racist, low-life pieces of shit that murdered Ronnie Lee Smith, they acted accordingly. They killed him over marijuana. Of course they're not going to be in favor of marijuana. Then perhaps they might actually think that the way they treated him might have been a crime. Here is Maine. It says it's too close to call, but it's 50% to 49%. And I heard Rhode Island has some real lax decriminalization. But essentially, to those 8 states, assuming Maine goes the way it looks like it's about to go, we're going to have 8 U.S. state sets for legal, full-blown legal marijuana, recreational. So just like here in Colorado, which I was pretty inspired until they voted that Amendment 71. Amendment 71 basically says that Coloradans don't know shit about democracy. Which, they're Americans, right? So can we... and we still got the Electoral College, right? Nobody knows anything about democracy if we're going to keep that outdated, archaic bullshit around. Right? Right? When I'm right, I'm right. Right? So, that's fun. This is at the First Interstate Inn here. Thank God I found this place. All the other inns, Quality Inn and Super 8, and, they were all against smoking marijuana, which is weird. This is Colorado. You're not only going to get tourists, but you're going to get an increase of people coming here. But it is nice to not feel like a criminal. Even though they're going to do, like, blood test, and you can't smoke out in public. And if you find a hotel, you could smoke inside. You could smoke at your friend's house. So in private, you're allowed to smoke, which I would assume that's true anyways. In private, aren't you allowed to do whatever the fuck you want? Even in, like, communist China, in the privacy of your own home, how can you regulate that unless somebody, comes barging in your door? So, I want to take a look at let's see, I guess the other states, I don't know, it's states with questions of medical marijuana. I believe Florida, I'm not sure what Florida did. Arkansas, I believe they approved it, so Arkansas approved medical marijuana. There's like 25 states that have medical marijuana, including Kentucky, but you can't get any marijuana at all. It's only CBD, so only if you got terminal cancer and you go through, 50 applications, maybe you might be able to get an ounce. So it's kind of a bullshit fucking legalization. It's, it's like, well, we're legal, but we're not. It's like, I don't know. It's a compromise to essentially nullify legalization. Yeah, it's legal, but nobody gets it, nobody has it, so, it's only legal for medical. It's fucking pussies, instead of just, it's like Donald Trump's position. Medical's okay, but I don't know about full-blown legal. Do we have a right to our own bodies? Are we Americans? In 1990, Donald Trump said all drugs should be legalized. So interesting that he's, he's gone closer to the Hillary Clinton corporatist. He's going right wing. He used to be a Democrat, but he had to, he's running right. So let's see, Florida, it was approved. So medical marijuana was approved in Florida, and I don't know. These places I care a lot less about. So Maine, looks like they're going to pass it. The Massachusetts marijuana legalization, question number 4, was passed. So this is huge news. Nevada, Colorado, these are huge. So what I like to do, I compared and contrast which one were most liberal between Washington, Oregon, all the states that are legal now. Colorado had the most liberal laws, it seemed you could raise more plants, 6 plants or so, and carry more on you an ounce. It sounds that way with California. In California, they're going to have taxes on cultivation taxes, excise taxes, and there's going to be 15% on retail sales. So, of course, there's going to be some taxes that are going to be put on it. The pot for medicine in California are going to be exempted. So that's some, good news there. The reason why California is such a big deal is because it's the 6th biggest economy in the world. So the 6th biggest economy in the world essentially did what they did back in 1996. So it took them 20 years since they, what was it, Proposition 216 in 1990, or 215. Proposition 215 in 1996 passed, which was de facto legalization, but they hid it under medical excuse me. They hid it under medical marijuana. So you had to go get a prescription for anxiety, or your back hurts or some bullshit, and then you're able to go ahead and get some marijuana. But that medical marijuana doesn't always get enforced the way that California did it. So the big corporations, I heard the big corporations actually had a lot of control with the California legalization effort. It did pass. They're allowed to grow and possess today. They won't actually start buying and selling, with retail until 2018. So it's going to be another year and a month before retail sales happen in California. But personal, you can grow and possess. You can't buy and sell. And so that might be a headache for the cops for the next year, but good, because it's fucking weed. So fuck them. It's fucking weed, man. Get the fuck out of here. Who gives this shit? It's weed. At least I'm not drinking. At least I'm not smoking cigarettes. At least I'm not addicted to sugar or greasy fried foods, or the million other bad things that you could get addicted to. So, yeah, I'm excited. That's super excited. 8 states now are legal, plus D.C. So this snowball's rolling, and this is the final frontier in America. We have a right to our own, to own our own bodies. We have a right to our own bodies. And everywhere that the war on drugs has been implemented, it's been a failure. And everywhere an alternative to the war on drugs has been implemented, it's been a success. Colorado here has been an absolute success. It has done very well, and so good for Colorado, good for all these states. I haven't heard, the sky hasn't fallen since Oregon and Washington and Alaska and D.C. had legalized it from before, and it's not going to fall down now that Massachusetts, California, and Nevada have legalized it also. So good job to all the people, all the authors, or the, representatives, or what they call sponsors, to all the sponsors of those, and to all the people that petitioned to it. Good job. You guys are awesome. There's people with clipboards going around getting these signatures. That's the only way a lot of these initiatives could even get to the ballot. So, good work there. It's definitely a valiant effort. It takes a lot of money, too, sometimes, unfortunately, to get these things passed, because they charge, $1 a signature or so. So therefore, you have to pay those people, and there's not enough volunteers. Everybody's got a job, right? You got to go to a job and do some shit, so you can't worry about getting a bunch of signatures. So those need to be paid positions. I think that's about it. In 1990, Donald did say we need to legalize all the drugs. That's the way we're going to win the war on drugs. So that might, indicate something. He said at the very least the states control things. And he said he's for medical marijuana, but he's for states' rights when it comes to, whether they want to legalize it or not legalize it. So yeah, that's I think that's pretty much everything there. Fuck the Electoral College, right? I'm not mad that Hillary should have won, but she did win the popular vote. And what kind of democracy is this? It's like, okay, you won the popular vote, sure. Most of the people wanted you to be president, but we got this weird-ass ancient mechanism. It's basically, we're tricking you. We're finding your dumb opinions, and it's like the super delegates. You're not smart enough to make your own decisions, people, so we got super delegates that'll go ahead and override your will. Donald Trump even had a tweet about how it was bullshit. Donald Trump said that the Electoral College was bullshit, I think, under Mitt Romney. So does that mean Mitt Romney actually got to pass the thing? Mitt Romney actually got to pass, he got the popular vote. Is that something. I don't know. I don't know why Donald was so pissed off about the Electoral College, but fuck the Electoral College. Jamie Bales is right. She says, fuck the Electoral College in the ass with a baseball bat with spiked needles or spiked nails coming out of it. So fuck the hell out of it. Fuck the holy shit out of it, right? Fuck it all to pieces. Yeah. And I guess that's about it. I'm right there in solidarity with all the Trump protests in all the different cities. Yes, we need to oppose the rise of fascism. This is the rise of Nazi Germany. We're looking at it right now. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do right now? We need to be in communist, socialist, Green Party circles. We need to, coalesce around each other. We need solidarity. We need to fight together, and we need to do something, to oppose that son of a bitch. If anything, that's the greatest thing about Donald Trump, is that he will be the perfect enemy for all the progressives to rally against. And for progressives, I guess hopefully he does bad, but for the country, hopefully he does good. So I see it as a win-win. Either he does great and America is great again, or he sucks and America isn't great anymore, and we don't need Trump or Republicanisms or any of this other poison. We need liberals and progressives, and we need to start the millennials. We need the millennials to start running shit. We're a bigger voting bloc. There's more of us than there are of them, and whether we admit to it or not, we have an impact upon all these elections. Marijuana is legal. Why do you think marijuana is illegal? Marijuana got legal because of the millennials. And trying to make sure I covered everything here. The founder of Napster, Sean Parker, he said that he invested in that California petition, which is interesting. He's got a bunch of money. It's $7 million, I thought he said that he donated to it. And, yeah, okay, so if I want a constitutional amendment, I need 2/3 of Congress to pass it, and then 38 of the 50 states. So, yeah, constitutional amendments are hard as fuck to pass. That's just something I wrote down there. But, yeah, so Massachusetts, California, Nevada, welcome to the elite club of legal pot smokers. Maine, hopefully it goes the right way. That's 8 states total: Oregon, Washington, Alaska, Colorado, and D.C. 8 states plus the capital, Washington, D.C., have legalized marijuana. The whole country should just legalize it. So, good job, everybody.